News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349.
Tonight on News 46, the town says goodbye to a hero. Police are looking for a robbery suspect. And the VFW plays and wins against Pahrump Valley High School girls softball. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Monday, March 2nd, 2015. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. Hundreds of people showed up for the memorial service for Andre Butch Harper Saturday morning. The memorial service for Andre Butch Harper was held this past Saturday at the Pahrump Nugget. The 72-year-old died last Saturday, February 21st. The Goodwill Ambassador of Pahrump and founder of the Act of Kindness Ward and Smiles of Pahrump apparently died in his sleep. The event was well attended, with many dignitaries speaking. Ski Sensky was the master of ceremonies. They opened the event with a prayer from Pastor Ron Fairbairn. The Nye County Sheriff's Honor Guard did the presentation of colors. Speakers were Deanna O'Donnell, the family of Butch Harper, which included David and Michelle Harper, Paul and Andre Cotan. Leon and Riddell Samuels, who are friends and neighbors of Butch, also spoke. Former town board member Dr. Tom Waters and a dear friend of Butch spoke at the event. Also speaking were Assemblyman James Oscarson, Commissioners Frank Carbone, and Andrew Butch Boraski. Sheriff Sharon Worley had a few words to say. A video presentation presented by Darby O'Donnell, the legacy of Butch Harper. The mic was opened for public comment, in which many people got in line to speak about what Butch Harper meant to them. Another video presentation called Hope is an Open Window with Memories of Butch Harper was edited by Noah Began. Butch also received military honors, and the closing prayer was done by Chaplain Drake Austin. Andre Butch Harper joins his wife of 45 years, Judy, in heaven. He is survived by his 4 children, David Harper, Michelle Harper, Cheryl Bender, Danielle Witt, and their 8 grandchildren. I would like to thank all of the volunteers who helped with this memorial service, including the donations from the Pahrump Nugget, the Nye County Sheriff's Office, Awards Plus, Subway, Quality Signs and Banners, KPVM-TV and KA's Country Radio, Ski Sensky, Pastor Ron Fairbairn, Michelle, David Harper, Paul Catan, and Andre Catan, Leon and Riddell Samuels, Dr. Tom Waters, James Oscarson, Frank Carbone, Andrew Butch Boraski, Sharon Worley, Chaplain Drake Austin, David Bombara, Jason Koblenz, Ryan Muccio, Herb Melvoin, Darby O'Donnell, Noah Began, and all those who loved Butch dearly. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. 2 suspects have been arrested for a home invasion robbery that occurred on Wilson Street. The details of the robbery are terrifying. On Saturday, the Nye County Sheriff's Office received a 911 call from an 80-year-old resident reporting that 2 unidentified suspects had entered his home through a window at approximately 1:30 in the morning and held him, his 75-year-old wife, and 49-year-old disabled daughter at knife point while robbing them of cash, valuables, and collectibles. The victims told deputies that the suspect assaulted them at knife point and injured their disabled daughter. The suspects eventually tied up the 3 victims and threatened them not to call the police before fleeing the home. Later in the day, law enforcement conducted a routine traffic stop on a suspicious vehicle in Beatty. The vehicle was occupied by 22-year-old Carl Fort, 20-year-old Sean Newbert of Pahrump. Deputies found marijuana and the reported stolen items from the victim's residence inside the car. The 2 allegedly admitted to the robbery and implicated another person, 40-year-old William Jones, as the getaway driver in the incident. The 2 suspects were taken into custody. Police are searching for William Jones for questioning. If you have any information, you can call the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 751-7000. You can remain anonymous. News 46 will return in just a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Welcome back to News 46. Almost half of cigarette smokers try to quit a couple times each year. Many say they would prefer reducing the number of cigarettes they smoke before trying to quit completely. A new study evaluated if using a specific smoking cessation medication for 6 months could help smokers reduce the number of cigarettes they smoked and eventually quit smoking altogether.
This health tip is brought to you by
Desert View Hospital and Mountain Valley Physicians Group. Don't put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment. 775-751-7100.
Jodelle Kaiser tried to quit smoking once and failed. She tried a second time, was successful for 2 years, but stress caused her to start again.
I really punished myself when I started smoking again. I was so disappointed. But, you know, people sometimes do that, and they have to get up, brush themselves off, and go again.
After attending the inpatient program at the Mayo Clinic and using the smoking cessation medication varenicline, she says her third attempt is working.
And so you didn't lose confidence, you didn't lose faith that you could do it?
No, I knew I could.
Varenicline has already been shown to help smokers who were ready to choose a quit date and then abruptly stop smoking.
We were interested in doing a larger trial with varenicline, including a longer duration of therapy.
Dr. John Ebert from the Mayo Clinic and co-authors studied a group of smokers willing to reduce the number of cigarettes they smoked with the intention of making a quit attempt within 3 months. Half the smokers took daily varenicline, and the other half received a placebo, both for 6 months. The proportion of patients who quit smoking was measured at 6 and 12 months.
Participants receiving varenicline were over 4 times more likely to be abstinent from smoking at 6 months and were over 2 times more likely to be abstinent from smoking at 12 months compared to placebo. We found no differences between the two groups with respect to severe or serious adverse events. Our study would suggest that it can help this population of patients quit smoking long term.
Jodelle says her overall health has improved, including her breathing and sleeping.
Do I have cravings once in a while? Yes, I do. But the important thing is, I'm a non-smoker. And I'm very happy with myself.
Catherine Dolph, The JAMA Report.
Smokers participating in the study were also asked to reduce the number of cigarettes they smoked by 50% at the end of 4 weeks and 75% by the end of 8 weeks and make a quit attempt by 3 months. The Nye County Sheriff's Office began an investigation into the allegations of sexual assault of a child involving a suspect, 39-year-old Michael Roger Henderson of Pahrump. A 6-year-old child reported that the family friend had sexually assaulted her at his home on one occasion recently. According to police, the suspect admitted to several unlawful sexual acts with the child on the reported date and place. He was subsequently placed under arrest and booked into the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. 69-year-old Betty Lynn Fuchel from Tonopah has been taken into custody by the Nye County Sheriff's Office for torturing animals and failure to provide adequate shelter. We told you about the story last week. On February 24th, deputies assisted Nye County Animal Control in the removal of 69 animals from 24 Cody Lane in Tonopah because of inadequate conditions. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies arrested Fuchel as the owner of the property and the animals. She was booked into the Tonopah Detention Center. News 46 will return with another story about those animals. And like we told you before the break, in a related story, because of the animal shelter taking in the abused and neglected dogs from the home in Tonopah, the Tails and Animal Shelter is past full capacity. They need the public's help with donations. Recently, they had a few dogs adopted to a rescue called Pups on Parole.
Well, we have Pups Parole from Heaven Can Wait coming out. They're taking a couple of our dogs, and they're going to go out to Vegas, and they get fixed, they get all their treatments, and then they go to the jails, or, well, the prisons in Vegas, and they wind up getting rehabilitated. They get all their training done, and then they wind up getting adopted out from there.
So these volunteers come out here to Pahrump, and it helps the inmates as well as the animals, doesn't it? They work with them, get them highly trained so that they're more adoptable.
Yes.
You guys have done this before.
Yes, they took 12 of our dogs last time, and today they are taking close to about 14.
Wow. So that's a big population reduction here.
Yes, very much.
So how did you guys get this partnership with them?
Actually, they contacted us the first time. We had no clue about them. And then they contacted us. They came out. They looked through. Like I said, they took 12 of our dogs. And now this time they're coming out again and taking them close to 14.
This is going to be a great program. You guys are going to continue with this, right?
Oh, yes.
As always, everybody should spay and neuter their animals.
Correct. Spay and neuter.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office received reports that occupants at a residence near the high school was dealing marijuana to students during their lunch break. The residence is in close proximity to Pahrump Valley High School and J.G. Johnson Elementary School. A search warrant was obtained and executed on the home. Police recovered over 600 grams of marijuana and 2 grams of methamphetamine. The suspects in this case are reportedly all related to each other. The adult suspects were arrested and booked into the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. A juvenile at the residence was arrested and turned over to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Juvenile Probation. Taken into custody are Blair Martin, Elizabeth Johnson, Lacey Olson Ivy, Willard Glenn Ivy III, and that 17-year-old male juvenile. They have all been charged with possession with intent to sell a Schedule I controlled substance, possession of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, child abuse and neglect, maintaining a house for use and sale of a controlled substance, and unlawful use of a narcotic. Let's join Courtney Salmon with Weekend Sports.
Weekend Sports is brought to you by Wolfenstein Construction. UFC 184 on Saturday featured UFC Women's Champion Ronda Rousey against Kat Zingano. Zingano made the mistake of rushing Rousey when the first bell rang, trying to land a flying knee. Rousey basically caught her in midair, threw her down, and put her in an arm lock. Zingano tapped out virtually instantly, and Rousey ended the fight in a remarkable 14 seconds. This is the 4th time Rousey has defended her title and finished 3 of those fights in the first round. 14 seconds is the new UFC record for fastest finish in a title fight. In the boxing world, the much-anticipated fight between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao is coming to Las Vegas on May 2nd, and it's no secret that these two men hate each other. The anticipation of the fight has brought the potential purse to $300 million because pay-per-view sales are anticipated to double the current record high sales of $2.4 million. Pacquiao has been trolling Mayweather with a photoshopped t-shirt that has a Pac-Man eating a dollar sign representing Pac-Man's nickname as Pac-Man and Mayweather's nickname as Money. Pacquiao is also going to be singing his own entrance music. The Division 1A Basketball State Championship Tournament was last weekend. Winning the state championship title for the boys for the 2nd straight year was Clark High School as they trumped Desert Pines. For the girls, the state championship was won by Spring Valley. They defeated Faith Lutheran. NASCAR driver Kurt Busch is in the process of being reinstated into NASCAR. He has agreed to the conditions set by NASCAR after Busch assaulted his ex-girlfriend. NASCAR did not state what conditions Busch will have to comply to, only that Busch has agreed to them. There's no timeline as to when Busch will be back driving. This has been Weekend Sports. I'm Courtney Salmon with News 46.
Thanks, Courtney. One child was ejected from a vehicle in a rollover accident from an apparent improperly installed car seat.
This accident report is brought to you by Half Price Lawyers, located on the corner of Basin and 160. Call 775-400-0000.
Mile marker 127, well within California, around mile marker number 7, we were dispatched a report of a one-vehicle rollover with at least 1, if not 2, of the occupants ejected. There was up to 4 patients known. The weather conditions were not very good at the hour. It was raining. It was foggy out in that area. Flight was unavailable due to that weather, so we were requested to provide mutual aid to Inyo.
And so, were they transported here to Desert View Hospital?
Upon arrival, we did a quick assessment, met with Incident Command from Inyo. The chief informed us what the situation was, what resources were available, again, including the flight issues. So we decided to transport 2 within one of our ambulance, our medic units, travel level 1 to Des View, and at least 1 of those patients was subsequently flown off to trauma.
Was there an ejection?
It's my understanding that there was an ejection, that being a pediatric patient. That was one of the patients that we transported to Desert View from the accident scene. Subsequent to that, since the helicopter is unavailable due to weather, the flight crew went with our ground transport team who went in level 1 to trauma center.
When we come back, we're going to tell you about a structure fire and a special game that was held at Pahrump Valley High School. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue responded to a structure fire Saturday on the south end of town.
early Saturday afternoon, we were dispatched a report of a structure fire. What ended up happening is there was a detached two-car garage. At the rear of that were a number of chicken coops, and a heat lamp was used to warm some of the chicks that had recently been hatched. And as a result, that structure caught on fire.
How did the animals fare during this?
The adult chickens were safe, but it lost several of the chicks.
And so was it a complete loss, the structure?
The structure that actually contained those chicks was a complete loss, but the two-car garage was protected as well as the larger coop area.
And this was on the south end of town?
It was on the very south end of town. Neighbor actually saw it. The residents weren't at home at the time. The neighbor went over, had quick actions, called 911 immediately, got the resources rolling. Oh. And it was my understanding that heat lamp may have been adjusted or moved prior in the day. And of course we had the winds developing, so we're not sure how that became dislodged from its mounting. But at some point in time that heat lamp ignited in nearby materials, whether it had fallen onto the material or if it just superheated it, we're uncertain.
A fundraiser softball game was held at Pahrump Valley High School over the weekend.
Getting the community together and just having a good time and raising money for them. And we thought the girls would, it'd benefit them and us having a good time.
How did you guys think about some of the gags that you had here?
There are elderly guys out there, and we just wanted to have fun, and, it's a light-hearted game, and just, have a good time.
They let us win. I know they did.
No doubt about that.
Oh, really?
It was a lot of fun. I hope everybody will come out next year. We'll promote this a little earlier and raise some money for the kids and for the VFW, and good cause, a lot of fun. People don't know what they missed until you show it to them on TV. Yeah. And maybe next year they'll be a little more prone to come out. So, again, a lot of fun. As long as I got Frank or somebody to push me around, I'll make next year too.
The girls did let us win. You could see some of the things that they actually did. Oh, that ball dropped. Oh, I didn't catch the bag. I mean, they were letting us win. So, again, it's a good cause, as Butch has mentioned. I think it's a good thing that we can come out here and actually work with the kids and be part of the whole process and get money to the VFW. I think it's a good deal.
They're great girls. It's a great team. A lot of fun. There are so many antics going on the field. It was a great time. It was a halfway comedy show out there. And they definitely let us win. They slaughtered us the first two innings 9-0, and somehow we pulled it out 13-11. They really took it easy on us, and I want to say thank you because, as a father, I've got 4 daughters. 3 of them are in high school, and it's usually the parents' obligation to let the kids win. This time I know how it is with the shoe on the other foot.
And some of the guys are walking out with crutches and walkers as kind of a part of the comedy act.
Well, actually, no. I think they came in with them too. Yeah. We brought a lot of the disabled veterans out here. They were abled when they got here. They're disabled at the end of the game. A few of them, yeah.
VFW come out and play our children's softball team, and it was no pressure, just all for fun. It was really
they all say that you guys let them win.
That's not true. Well, a little true. It was for fun, so we didn't want to go all crazy, but it was just good.
So they said in the beginning, in the first quarter, it was 9-0, and then all of a sudden they caught
back,
up.
Yeah, they caught up. They got some good hits, and
we played hard, and they just came out victorious. It was a fun game.
They were wonderful. I give them props for even coming out here on a Sunday. They could be in church or something, But they gave it all their heart, and I'm proud of them for winning.
Yeah.
Did you guys let them win?
No.
Not really.
We were thinking about taking it easy, but they should have took it easy on us. It was a very fun game.
Maybe we shouldn't have.
We'll win.
Yeah.
We will come out.
They can bring it with all their heart. We'll win.
That was a fun game. I like Commissioner Bush Boraski's construction glove that he used to pitch with for that. Your weather after the break.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Monday, March 2nd. Today we had rain outside. It cleared up in the afternoon though, so we did get to see some sunshine today. We had a high of 50 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 67 degrees. Winds were coming from the southwest today at 10 miles per hour with gusts up to 28 miles per hour. So we definitely had some high winds outside today. I sure hope none of you blew away. We had a UV index today of 1, which is low. Humidity was at 55% today. Sunrise was at 6:14 this morning, and the record high back in 1967 was 82 degrees. Well, tonight we'll have partly cloudy skies with a low of 34 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is 47 degrees. Winds will be coming from the southwest this evening at 5 miles per hour with gusts up to 9 miles per hour. Humidity will be around 77%. Sunset is around 5:40 this evening, and the record low back in 1939 was 19 degrees. Well, tomorrow we'll have mostly sunny skies with a high of 58 degrees and a low of 32 degrees. Winds will be coming from the northwest at 7 miles per hour with gusts up to 16 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 50%. Sunrise should be at 6:13 tomorrow morning, and the UV index will be 5, which is moderate. For our 7-day forecast, we'll have mostly sunny skies, though we might be seeing some more clouds early next week. Your high temperatures will be starting off in the high 50s, and that'll be working its way up into the mid-70s early next week, so it looks like those temperatures will be going back up there. Your low temperatures, you'll be looking at a similar pattern. It'll be starting off in the low 30s, around freezing point, working its way up into the mid-40s early next week.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of News 46. I'm Deanna O'Donnell from everyone up here at KPVM-TV. Of course, on the radio, KA's Country 95.9. Have a great night. We'll see you back here tomorrow.